I got this put in, and I showed you what I cut it out of. So I hope you guys liked the video. Please remember to hit that subscribe button, and if you already have subscribed to me, hit that notification bell so you see all these videos. There's a few of you on here, I'm sure, that weren't on my first videos about this, so you guys wouldn't have seen me cut this out unless you went back and watched it. This is the back of a 67 Malibu that I got the frame out of. I want to use as much of this as I can, like the rear seat pan and the hump over the rear end, the wheel wells. I'll patch rust and stuff, it don't bother me. I'll probably end up using part of the lower trunk extensions on both sides, and really that's probably it. So the trunk pan kit that I want to get comes with those two mounts, the gas tank braces, and the trunk floor. But I'm going to keep this up here in case I need it. So now I'm gonna, I don't know. I may go ahead and cut around through here first. All right. So there's gonna have to be a lot of creative re-engineering for me to be able to use this piece. The seat actually goes up against isn't all that bad, so I may cut it here and put another piece of metal in from the rear window over to it, because on my car it's cut right here, not back here. So I only need a flat piece of metal to go from here to here. Speaker holes and stuff would be nice, but I ain't that worried about that. So this will be in another video, but I'm going to go down there right now and brace up the back of the back of the rear seat area with a piece of wood that's the same thickness as those mounts, because I don't have any more of them. So I came down here, I got it lined up. The mounts that are under here are lined up with the bolt holes dead center. The mounts that are under that rear corner on both sides are lined up with the bolt holes dead center. I'm going to weld all this in better, and I'll show you this when I get done. Figured I would try to show you a little bit of welding. Alright, so I'm going to hit this weld with a flap wheel and knock off the high spots. On the corners, I want to cut a strip of metal to go over that on both sides. I got all this welded. I'm going to go back and flap wheel wire brush or whatever. All this to get all the loose rust off. And over here in the middle, I'm not all that concerned about this. I just grind it and knock it down and put a sheet of fiberglass over it. I'm not that worried about it. I've got to get mounts so I can bolt that up, and then I can start putting the wheel wells back in it. You got to keep in mind that the car was going to be back halved. It was going to be pro-streeted with big wheels and tires and a cage and all this, and I'm having to put it back. Stop. By the way, the backstory on this car a little bit is best I can tell, it went through 3 different people as being a project and was never finished. Somebody else put the floor in it, and I don't believe the guy that I got this from would have ever done that. I've seen him fix a lot of cars, and he's always drilled out spot welds, and he's always either barely overlapped it or completely butt welded it, and this don't look like anything he's done. So I might try to fix that a little bit better. That's the rear seat mount and brace, and it's half gone. This is what I did in that last video. I welded the top of this and half the sides. I got to go back and weld the sides and the bottom, but I can do that with this in it. I couldn't weld the top, but I could weld the sides. So I did the top and I did part of the sides. I'll go back and do this. This is what I was putting in. You can see I got a piece of wood, the thickness of the mounts, wedged in there because I don't have the mounts. So after getting the mounts and some bolts, I can take that wood out and wedge this up, put the mount under it, put the bolt through it, tighten all that down, and I've got to put bolts in these. After I get that bolted up there and here, I can start getting the inner wheel wells back in it on both sides. After I've got that in it, I can put the rear seat pieces back in. And then I can get a trunk floor and all those braces. But this is what I'm going to do before I get it out of here, is for now finish this, the rear seat stuff, bolt all this up, and then the wheel wells, and then all I've got to do is the trunk floor. But for now I got to get it back out of here. The car that I cut the back half of this frame out of, and the seat pan, wheel wells and stuff, wasn't very old at all when Dad bought it. It was a Malibu. He paid either $25 or $50 for a complete car, minus engine and transmission. It was complete. Interior, everything, body, everything. He bought it for the driver's side quarter for his car, and I want to say he used the door, one of the doors, but it has been a parts car since 1972. So, you know, what is that? 5-6 years that it was 5 or 6 years old when he bought the car. And it's been sitting up here as a parts car since 1972. That being said, the frame's in pretty good shape, considering it spent most of that time sitting on the ground. That's solid. Guy commented on my last video, and I thought it was pretty funny. The frame's the Frankenstein of frames. Well, the car's the Frankenstein of cars. I'm pretty sure I've said that before. So he's right. The frame's definitely the Frankenstein of frames. The car is too. So I hope you liked the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you next time.